Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another fun-filled night here on Spirit Connections. Very excited because tonight is the first night that we're airing at 7 p.m. Woo! Yay! I know, I'm so excited because I wanted to do it so everybody would be able to watch their show same time, and I don't always have to watch it over archived, even though I watch it every day anyways. I mean, who doesn't? But for the select few who like to watch at the same time, that's why I thought it'd be easier.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to welcome you guys back. I have Stephen and Ryleigh from Black Cross Paranormal on tonight.
How we doing? Hello.
Thank you guys for coming back.
Oh, you're welcome. We are
Thanks for having
so
us.
glad to be here. We really are. We haven't been here in a year, it's been.
Yeah.
December,
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
been
was like the...
Close to a year.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
my first time I think I officially met you guys, because I saw you at, it was a
Metaphysical?
Medical physical?
Metaphysical convention.
metaphysical event back in November in Rhode Island, and so I had the pleasure of meeting you guys on the show.
Yeah. It was fun actually going to that conference because that's when we started to come out of I wouldn't say
The
hiding.
closet. No.
I know, I was gonna say, I was like, you coming out of what exactly?
Coming out of the closet.
We were
We had our own paranormal team back then. It's just that we never came into the light of the public eye because we were raising our son, and we didn't want him to be in the middle of all that nonsense and craziness. So we wanted him to be as level-headed as possible.
It's more accepted now anyway that people actually do this stuff. So.
I mean, I always talk about it too, just the amount of exposure it has on everybody. And I mean, some of it's really good because it does make everybody aware, and then you watch one too many reality TV shows and you're like, all right.
I want to be a paranormal investigator.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
Well, there's a news story out now where I guess this team found some evidence and they're saying it's associated with these murders, with this murder case or something that happened years ago. And they actually found a spade, but it was broken. And what they did was they took it and they turned it into the police, when really what they should have done is not touched it, had the police come and get it.
Right.
Because now it's tainted evidence, and so the evidence is useless, and there's like this whole thing, people are up in arms about it, and they're saying
I saw that.
negative things about the team, when really they were kind of clueless going along looking for,
Trying to figure
evidence of, something after death, when now they're involved in this whole investigation. It's not,
So if you see
and
bones,
it's not good.
don't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't
Leave it
pick it up
alone.
and be like, is this
I
a vertebrae?
Is this a skull?
What is it?
I know. I mean,
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, don't touch it.
we've been to plenty of places where we're like, wait a minute, what is that? Yeah. But I just don't touch.
Hi, there's something underneath this now, and you have to come figure out what it is with the police because we're not involved anymore.
Exactly,
right.
exactly. We'll just lead you to it,
Yeah.
but then it's up to you to
Yeah.
call the authorities, the proper channels.
A lot of people don't know the proper way to do things, and
Yeah.
there's nothing out there that here's your list of the proper procedures to follow in case you come across human bones or.
Yeah.
But as in paranormal investigators, we have to know that.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if you
Yes.
don't know that and you go out there and you do something and you weren't aware, people point the finger at you and place blame. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
gotta be
it's
careful.
always good to study up on new techniques and new things that are going out with the investigators because you want to be fresh on your game when you do this. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to go in there and not know what you're doing. So.
Absolutely. Nowadays, everybody just sees a TV show, grabs a K2 meter, and shows up at a place that they think
I'm a
is
ghost
haunted.
hunter.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, people don't even realize, some of these shows, they show, they're holding the K2, for instance, and the thing's going off, and they're like, oh my God, there must be a spirit here.
Yep.
Well, do people even think about there's gamma rays coming from the earth and all these different things that could trigger
Right.
Right.
the same response from a K2? And I know it's more exciting to think it's a spirit, but that's not
Right.
always the case.
You have to debunk everything. You have to think with the scientific mind, and a lot of people don't do that, especially when people get very excited very easily. So.
Yep.
Because it is exciting. Like even before we try to debunk anything, it's like once you hear like something go off, you're like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then you have to actually look at it and be like, oh, okay.
This is what it
Right.
was.
Exactly.
Here's disappointment.
Because we all want it to be, you know, we
Yeah.
all want it. We're there in the middle of the night for one reason or another, you know. So
Too many
Yeah.
investigators spoil their own
Yes.
goods, you know.
it's,
on the
that's
it's
outside.
true.
I don't know how many times we've been on investigations where it would just be going through the audio and it's all tainted because everybody's talking. You could hear people talking like in
Or people
outside.
whispering,
Yeah.
or
Yep.
Because there's just too many people. So
Yep.
I like having smaller groups myself.
yeah.
Right, especially people that you're used to working with, you know, are professional and doing this. They've done tons of research. I mean, there is a lot out there to read, but half those books that you do read into aren't telling the true story either, and it's not giving everybody a really good way of
Right.
learning how to do things the right way. So it's tough. I know, like, past couple places that we went to, they had us do walkthroughs, and the whole entire time, people were just talking or talking to their cameras, and we're kind of like, it breaks us out of, like, reading and everything else. We're like, whoa, like, we're not used to this. We're used to people that are like really quiet and like if we sneeze, forget it. Like we
Right.
cough, like we know, but
Yeah, we mark it. Like if we
Yep.
say something or if we trip over something, we mark it. We say, that was me, you know, and then it's time for quiet time. We're going to ask some questions, see if we can get some responses. And people are just, they're in the other room
Yeah.
talking and they're, you know, hey, come look at this. And it's like, no,
busy.
sit still, it's
I
quiet.
actually think I
Quiet
told
time.
I on an investigation, I was in one room on across the other side of the house and I can hear somebody talking and I'm like, yo, shut up.
yeah,
Shut up. I'm doing EVPs.
right.
So, you know, and I don't mean to make anybody mad when I do that, but like when I tell you to stop talking, it means stop
Right.
talking. You know?
When I say just stop talking,
I could say it in Spanish if you like, but you know, you gotta stop talking just for a
Right.
few minutes so I can get the EVPs down.
Absolutely, it's
so
tough.
it's definitely worthwhile going through and trying to find the good matches that you have as
Oh,
far
most
as
definitely.
with people that you choose to work with. You know?
Most definitely.
Yep.
Now, you guys, something new has happened. Something new has sprouted since I last
Yes.
had you on.
Yes.
You guys
There's
started.
a lot of new things.
I know there have
so
been,
many
and
new
there's
things.
been all these events coming up and all this good stuff that I want to talk about. But first and foremost, what I want to talk about is Club Para and the.
Oh my
Women
God,
Para
and the
Lounge.
zany
Oh,
antics
the
on
Club
Club
Para.
Para.
So wait, first for you guys who don't know what Club Para is, let's
Club
start from
Para
scratch.
is a virtual nightclub, New York City's styled, like, I don't know.
See these boots? Can you see the boots? It's like a nightclub where it's a virtual nightclub.
Yeah.
And Riley's the host.
All I can think of, sorry to interrupt, but all I can think of is Aerosmith's video. Amazing when when they put the glasses.
Oh,
I know
right,
this was like
right.
early '90s, but that's all I can
my
think
God.
of. Sorry, go ahead.
Who? Aerosmith?
What? Huh? Who?
Just kidding.
I don't know. So-
I love Aerosmith.
So we play all top 40 music. We try to get everybody in a club-like atmosphere, you know, drinking, partying, VIP rooms, you know, guest lists, you name it, whatever they have it, we have it. So it can be intense. It's a lot of fun. You know, there are some, you know, drama to every show, you know, whether it's good or bad, but I got the finger on the mute button, just so you know. Call into my show and act accordingly. You can get a little wild, a little crazy, people do.
Yeah, they got the chat room running, and you know, people get crazy in the chat room.
Oh, you
So
heathen.
is there a
Questions and-
chat room just
There's
like
a chat room, yeah.
like our
Yeah,
chat room
yeah,
goes
yeah.
on during the show?
Yep.
Okay.
So we have something like this, but it's not a more video, it's all audio. So
Yeah, it's all audio.
yeah.
It was actually because I had the pleasure of being on this past July with you guys, and
Yeah.
and it was nice because I was not like I dress up too much here, but I was actually at one of my girlfriend's houses, and you know, so I was able to still do what I was going to be doing,
Yep.
but I was lucky enough to be able to call in and you know talk with you guys and.
That's
and
the
go
cool
over some
part.
stuff.
Like any guests that come on, you know, they don't have to be at a computer or whatever. They could be
In the car.
Yeah, they could be in a car or they can be wherever they
Like
have,
Joe Chin.
cellular service. Yeah, not dancing around the car, Joe.
That was Ken DeCosta,
Ken
though,
was
that
dancing
was
around the car.
dancing around the car, striptease dance around the car while Joe Chin was,
He was
on the
looking for
phone
dollar
with me.
bills.
Well, it was VIP.
So I don't know if
I
you
love
guys
those
there,
guys.
but
That's
yeah,
what happens
oh,
in
they're
VIP. You guys didn't know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
well,
awesome.
that's, that happens in the club atmosphere. So,
Yeah.
at least the clubs that I go to.
Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, we do have a hot tub in back, so as you guys can see.
It's-
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be spending some time in there after, so
After.
anyone who wants to come down.
They have Club Para. We have.
Ta-da! I want one of these.
Isn't it beautiful?
I am actually, seriously, like, I want this whole exterior, interior design type deal.
Yeah, well, it took me a long time to set it up.
Yeah.
A lot of time, a lot of money, but
We have to clean the
you
couch
know.
constantly.
Yeah. All the time.
It's worth it, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I
Things
can't
get a little wild
complain.
and crazy.
Can't
So,
complain.
The columns remind me of Spartacus,
Oh,
which
yeah.
we're watching a lot of these days.
I saw that actually.
Oh, I did. I saw that on there.
well, here's the thing. We spend so much time like doing the paranormal and the radio show that when we do get to relax for a few, we got to catch up on the HBO series and the Showtime series movies and everything else that everybody's talking about. And when somebody told me I needed to watch True Blood, I'm like, I don't know. I'm really not into that sort of thing. But then I watched the first episode. And I'm like,
It's like Twilight
Full
on
frontal
porn or something.
male. I was
crazy.
loving it. I'm like, so,
This is on TV?
this is awesome.
Okay.
So we watched the whole first series to
First and
8
sec-
series or whatever all the
It
way
was the
up.
first and second series.
No, for True Blood.
For True Blood, right?
No,
I still have to hop on that. I've never.
I don't know how many series
Oh,
there
no,
are,
that's
but
right. There were numerous series.
Yeah, for
4,
2.5
5,
weeks.
actually. That's right.
2.5
5
weeks we
series.
watched nothing but True Blood. And we'd take a break to do the show and then back to True Blood.
It does
So-
your head in.
It-
You go to sleep and you start dreaming about this stuff.
Right,
It's
right.
like,
Oh yeah,
whoa.
yeah. That happened to me with The Walking Dead.
Oh, we're on that
Oh,
next.
yeah,
That's
I
our
like-
next
You
one.
haven't
That's next
watched
on the
that
list.
yet?
We
No,
have
that's next on the list.
like a few more Spartacus
You'll love
shows.
Jump on that and get the first and second season in because the third season's starting soon.
We'll be caught up. We'll be caught.
It's
It
good.
came highly recommended.
I can't
so
wait,
we're
and it's gonna
we're
be
watch
fall.
it.
I'm so excited.
So I have to say that my co-host for Club Para, Antonia Eden, she's a babe. You guys are gonna love her. You guys haven't seen
Check
her,
her
and the
out.
ones that have seen her. I see London. I see France. I see Antonio in her underpants
Okay.
all over Facebook.
She's
so,
a model,
yeah.
and she, does the whole thing with Ryleigh, the
Yeah.
co-host. But her main gig is modeling, and
She's an investigator on the Paranormal Haunt Squad.
That's right.
With Jodie Parks.
she
so
certainly is.
So now, how did you come about
the whole
Club
Club Para.
Para?
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start
Um,
from scratch.
George Lopez, who is my boss on Dead Air Blog Talk Radio, has been asking me to host my own show for quite some time now, and I kept telling him, no, I don't have no time, I don't have time. Then winter rolled around last year, and I was pretty much thinking to myself, well, why not? We do almost 50 shows within like 3 or 4 months on radio. We're all over it. Why not have a radio show and then just have everybody come to me? So this is my whole scheme in my head.
Right.
They'll just come to me. No, I gotta hunt these people down. No, actually, the first time I announced that Club Para was up and running, I was booked from June until the end of October within like 2 days. It was just constant bam. I couldn't even answer people fast enough before they requested to be on the show. So we're coming now to the end of October will be the end of it, and we're going to be taking new bookings for new teams, and even some of the old teams are going to come back and make a second appearance. So it's going to be fun. We've got some big names in line for the month of October. October's going to be crazy.
Now, what's the purpose of Club Para?
Well, Jeff Belanger had started a roundtable, a paranormal roundtable for everybody to get together and go over ideas and theories and events that people are doing and just like shoot the,
And this was like a
shoot the
physical.
crap. Yeah,
it
this
was
was
Yeah.
a
a
physical
physical
thing.
get together. It wasn't.
It was
Yeah.
like the thought leaders in the community would get together, and we'd hold it at different locations, but you'd sit around, meet and greet people that you hadn't met before, maybe some you have, and just talk about your experiences, things that you're doing in the community, come up with ideas of new, either events or new techniques that you're trying, and all these different types of things.
But people couldn't really drive to all these different places, and we tried to do it in Mass and Connecticut and Rhode Island, and so it could be closer for everybody to attend to these things.
Right.
But a lot of people have families, they have real jobs, and they can't make it, and plus gas these days is just crazy to travel, for
Because I remember there was one that was in January that I was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
And I think that was in Rhode Island, and I was like struggling because I really wanted to
where
go,
it
and it
was.
was like a Monday night. And,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
like down to the wire, and we were getting snow, and I'm like, you know what? And I remember I sent you a text. I'm like, I can't make it.
I know. So what we did was, after that had one in January had bombed in a big way. It did. Like, I think 4 people showed up for the round table, and
Yeah.
it's not easy booking rooms, like these huge rooms to have these events in.
Right, because you put money towards it.
No, it's not
or-
that. It's just we get them for free as long as we get them during the
good.
beginning of the week. But the weekend is when it costs money, so that's why we could never hold them on the weekend. So,
But you want to say, listen, we're planning on so many people.
yeah.
And then they'll put the bar staff together, and
Right.
and they hold the room for you. But then when it falls down, and most of them didn't, we got the allotted amount of people that we're expecting. But once you get one that falls down, you kind of lose steam, and it's like, okay, we're not going to do that again because you put your name behind something, and then it falls down.
Yes.
So
So what my idea was, since people were having a hard time leaving their homes, we should just create a roundtable-like setting again, combined
Make it
with
virtual.
combined with the virtual New York City style club, and then just have a roundtable where they just have to pick up the phone and dial a phone number, and they call into the studio, and there you go. And then that way everybody can join in, and nobody is left out. And you can't tell me you can't make it because you have no gas, because I don't want to hear that again.
Right.
I've heard that, I don't know how many times by people, I have no gas.
Oh yeah, I can't make it. I don't have gas. Really? Okay.
But you live, some people would live 5 minutes from the location, and others would live in Connecticut and travel 2 hours. So
And
Right.
they would make it.
Right.
And the other people wouldn't. So it's like, okay.
But it's, what, let me generalize this. It's for anything. I mean, I tried to get people at my house for like a tastefully simple party or something. And,
Right.
and you have everybody that's like, yeah, I'll go. And then last minute it's,
Can't make it.
oh, I can't, Steph does the It Works,
I have to
which
watch
is the
the
body
dog.
wraps. And it's, it's always last minute. And so you're
I've had
always.
people that I sell It Works products, and I'll have 25 people attending at 6 o'clock. Come 6:30, we'll say 6:25, right before it's supposed to start. I've had 10 people cancel. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
or just not show up.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they're texting me the day before asking me if it's okay to bring 5 of their friends,
Yeah.
but they don't end up coming. But that's just how people are. They're just so
Right.
flaky. I don't understand it. I'm not like that. You
it's
guys aren't
commitment.
like that.
I think people have a hard time committing themselves to something that doesn't
Yep.
strike value with them. I mean, if it's something that they really wanted, they would
Oh,
be
yes.
there without a doubt.
Well, and this seems to work really well because, she's had some real good guests on.
Yeah.
The conversation is very interesting. It's not, just
It's never boring. It is never
someone
boring.
rambling on about nonsense. It's,
Right.
there's always good topics.
Yeah.
There's, interjection through the chat. Antonia does a great job monitoring the chat.
She does.
And pulling questions from people and saying, listen, this person has this question, and post it to the different guests. And there's multiple guests, which is the other good piece, because you get people that are under one, thing, like they're investigators, and you get other people that are scientists, and
Right.
you get,
and
these
witches
different people.
and UFO freaks and Bigfooters and I didn't even know what foot was until just recently.
Button.
So yeah,
I had my own idea about it.
So I think this is a family show. So.
Now, let me ask you this. So you guys thought of the idea. Now, what made you include Antonia?
Well, I was actually having problems with co-hosts, because even though a lot of people would say that they would do that, committing themselves every Friday, commitment is hard for people. Like if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. Life takes its turn, and things do happen. So you wanted somebody who you really can flow with, you know, who could feed off of your vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you and Steph. So when you don't have that, it's pretty dry and dull and lifeless. And I interviewed a lot of people for this position.
Oh, so you went through an interview process.
Yeah, I
See,
talked to
Steph
them
and
on
I
the
just
phone
stuck
and-
together, and that was it.
And then George is like,
You guys made it work.
yeah, George is like, why don't you like just ask Tony? I'm like, who? And I had no idea who that was. So I called her up on the phone and I told her who I was, and she was really thrilled about it. But you know, she had to think about it. She said, don't answer me right now. Think about it. Let me know in a couple of days. And here we go. The first co-host I did have in mind didn't pan out, so I was ducked down to the wire, and I didn't have a choice.
Did you think? Okay, I thought you just said the first.
The first co-host I had
didn't have in
pan
mind.
out. Didn't. Actually, no.
No. No.
That's what I thought you said. Like, no,
He has a
mind.
mind.
It's a mind.
He
It's
just
one
doesn't-
track.
I won't ask who it was. I'll just
We'll
keep
tell
it.
you off the air. Who that
Okay,
was.
I'll keep it.
I know.
So Antonia came aboard, and it's been a lot of fun ever since then. She makes awesome YouTube videos, and if you guys have ever seen them, they are hysterical.
She's funny. She's
She's
a
very
funny,
funny.
funny girl. You know, she's got a lot of good opportunity ahead of her, and she's
Good.
in the right place too,
Good.
because she's got the co-host thing. She's got the Paranormal Hot Squad, so she's traveling around with Jody Parks and company. Is she under? No, she's not under.
Oh, that's a new thing.
Resurrection.
Oh, another new thing.
Yes, another new thing.
See, I
Another
like
new
it.
thing. We have
got
a lot of new
signed
things.
by Resurrection Talent.
Yeah, out of LA.
Now, what's that all about?
It's an agency out of Los Angeles, and they do events and all that,
Bookings and
that type of
lectures,
stuff.
and they have a list of people a mile long, and Laura Calhoun is she is the HBIC.
If anyone knows what that is.
So
I do.
We're going to have to talk after the show, because obviously I'm a little slow.
HBIC.
the head in
Okay.
charge.
The head
So
in charge. The head B.
Oh, okay.
We love her.
yeah,
She's
the best.
awesome. She's awesome.
So she has the Booth brothers underneath her name. She's got Aaron Houdini. I'm
Aaron
pretty sure,
Houdini,
yeah,
yep,
is on board.
There's a whole list of people. I mean,
So now
Yeah.
she just she's a manager? What-
Yeah,
okay,
she
so
manages everything. Any events that we book that we want to be at, we tell her about it, and she goes through the proper channels and gets us there. As a matter of fact, we even have a brand new sponsor too.
cocaine energy drink.
Yeah. Cocaine.
Thank God.
Cocaine
that's
energy
right
drink.
After it.
Cocaine energy drink.
It's our new sponsor.
It's like
So we have a
Monster
sponsor.
Energy drink. If you guys have heard that one, Monster Energy.
Yes.
Only 100 times more powerful.
I don't drink the stuff personally
remember
because I
anything
can't even
once
do
you
the
drink it.
5-hour shot thing. You know, the
Oh,
5-hour
I can't
day.
take any of
Oh, I
those.
couldn't.
I'd be speeding my butt off. You know, like just crazy. So I don't drink it, but you know, trying to talk to Laura about getting stuff for the events too. We can have like the cocaine energy drinks around. It's like, yo, Laura, you want to send us a case of cocaine? I mean,
Hope nobody's monitoring this phone call. No.
I know.
well, I don't
They
know.
think we're
We'll
talking
see-
about something
We'll see how
else.
much cocaine we can get out there to New England. Energy
Right.
drink,
It's the
guys.
energy
It's an
drink.
energy
Yeah.
drink, yes. So,
It's so we don't know if we can actually have it. We're going to be at the New England Paranormal Unity Paracon in Nashua, New Hampshire. That
it's
is
the
a
first
mouthful.
annual.
That is a
So
that
it's the
mouthful.
first one that they're having.
The
Yes,
15th,
yes.
right?
And we're going to be across the hallway, across the aisle from people like Ken DeCosta and Rise Up. TAP's home team is
Yeah,
like going to be
TAPS is gonna be
right
there.
there.
Power
Hunter
Hunter's
is going to be
there.
next to us, so I don't know who's going to be on the other side yet. I can't read initials.
But there's a whole, they're on
There's a lot of
Facebook. You can
people.
look them up on Facebook, and they've got the page there
Right,
with all
yeah.
the teams and everything. So
We are bringing something new to the paranormal community, though. Instead, you know how a lot of teams have those banners, and they
Right.
hang down
oh,
below
don't tell them. Don't give it away.
Hey.
Aw,
No, I'm
Okay.
sorry, you can't give it away.
hush
Off
the
the
mouth.
air.
It's going to be something new that people haven't done yet at any of these
Why do I want to
paracons,
say
so.
body paints?
No.
No, okay.
It's just because you want to say body paint.
Gotta say, I don't know where that came from, but I'm gonna crawl under my table and hide there till the show's over. So.
You guys can come down, body paint me and Tiff and stuff. And we'll roll all over T-shirts and paper.
I just thought of you.
We'll throw some body shots in there too. Why
Body
not,
shots
right?
too.
Jello wrestling at the
Club
Paracon.
Para.
With Ryleigh Black.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'll be
She's
leading
gonna
the
do
team.
Club Para Live.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we are. We're gonna do Club
That's
Para
cool.
Live from there. We're gonna. I'm gonna go around with my little microphone. I'm gonna interview everybody. So anybody that's watching is gonna be at the Paracon in New Hampshire, Nashua. I'm gonna interview you. So be ready. Be prepared.
Warning.
That's gonna be
Morning.
fun. That's gonna be fun.
It is.
Yeah,
That's
it
cool.
is.
We're not
Okay.
going.
And,
You're not going? Why not?
I don't think we got the invite. Did we?
I think I might have.
I don't think I did.
It's open to the public.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
I
Anyone
open
might
to
can
the public.
go.
We're not cool enough to have a table, but
Tables went quick. We
but
got
you
the
don't-
last table.
I can't tell you how many events we've gone to where we didn't get a table.
We
Oh, I
didn't.
know.
We just
I mean,
go
like, how
to,
many events
you
have you
know,
guys seen us
to
at
see
where we didn't
everyone
have a
and-
table? We were walking around talking to people, passing out business cards, which I'm going to be doing anyway. So I don't even understand why we got the table, but.
so we'll sit at your table.
Come sit at
Come
my
sit at
table.
our table.
Do
That's
you,
fine.
do you Reiki?
Reiki.
I can
Reiki.
never say that word.
Ricky.
Reiki.
No, it's
Reiki.
Reiki.
Reiki. Yeah, because you did it on our son Ryan at the last event that we were at, and he loved it. And,
He's such a
and
good kid.
Ryan
He
is
is.
13.
He really is. He's a very well behaved kid,
Yes.
and he appreciated the help that day. He
Well, that
gets
was cool.
knots in his back from
Ah,
all
he
the
was loving
sports.
it. He
He's
was
so
like-
sports oriented, you know. He's totally into basketball and but he gets knots in his back all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
He was,
I'm
he was
constantly
so cute.
rubbing
He's
him
like,
out,
my
so-
dad tries to get him out, but it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Poor
it
thing.
hurts. I rub the
Yeah.
knots out and it
Yeah.
hurts him. So he's
Yeah.
like, all right, try the Reiki. He
Like,
loved
I don't
it.
know how
Try
it
the
Reiki.
is. It,
It's
That's what we do.
Yes,
We
that's
just
what we do.
constantly walk in a little bubble.
Right.
Bubble of love and body paint.
Body paint.
strobe
Bubble
lights.
body paint.
The body shots.
Have you been having some of that cocaine stuff?
Apparently, the cocaine energy drink.
That's right.
So we're also going to have some Dead Air T-shirts at the Paracon. So you guys got to come out and try to win one. We're gonna
Dead
have
Air
fun.
is the family that Club Para is on.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a family of different radio shows. There's one every night of the week. So Club
Yes.
Para is part of that, the Dead Air family.
I have to like, embrace that because I have a hard time embracing that Club Para does not stand alone. I'm such a control freak with that show. I am that. I
Wait,
have
when's your birthday?
April 16th.
Oh, because we're all Aries. We're all freak shows.
I'm
She's
Yeah.
Aries too.
Aries too.
Yeah.
So we're
So, yeah.
we plow forward together. And
That's a-
sometimes we bump heads and it's like, okay.
We are
That's
driving
how I am too.
force.
I'm like, wait, who
I'm
said
going to
something
go
about
in the
Spirit
other room
Connections?
for a little while and let the dust
Yeah.
settle and then come back and talk about it.
But let's see. Monday nights it's George Lopez and Mike Bowler. Tuesday it's what is that? Nene Grace. What's Nene's show name? I forget. She's gonna kill me.
I forget, I did the poster for it.
Wednesday is Paranormal Kool-Aid. I know that with Chris Medea, Mike Bowler, and Nene Grace. So they're going to have some interesting guests coming on. Thursday is Ladies' Night with Shelley
Shelley
Wade
Wade.
Wallace and the Rip Crew. Friday, Club Para. We rock. Hey, the rock hand.
Right.
Don't you even... Nobody saw that.
I'm just
This is a
following
family
along.
show.
That's rock.
He had to get one last one in there.
Saturdays, I can't remember. And Sundays is Matt Slozer's
I can't
show.
remember.
Sundays is Matt Slozer's show. Sunday Dead something. This is bad. I
It's
should
Sunday
know
Night
this.
Dead.
Yeah, Sunday Night Dead. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Instead of Saturday Night Live, it's Sunday Night Dead.
So that's all in Nashua.
No,
That
that's
one-
all
no,
on
that's-
Dead Air.
that's all
Oh,
on
that's Dead Air. Okay.
You want a cocaine energy drink?
Apparently.
I think she had one too many already.
Apparently.
So I do have a hard time remembering names and people's show times and everything. So just go on Dead Air, Blog Talk Radio, and you'll find a listing of everybody that's going to be there. And follow me or Stephen, and you'll definitely know who's going to be.
Or
on.
go in Club Para.
Yeah,
or
everybody
Para
posts,
Lounge
yeah.
on Facebook. and you'll see all the shows listed in there too.
Well, there's something else. You guys did a group on Facebook.
Yes.
And it's for just promoting
Events.
And what is that called?
The paranormal events page. It's
Paranormal
Oh,
events
very
page.
simple. Okay.
People that have events, feel free, post your event in there, and not radio shows. Okay?
even though you might think it's an event, it's not. So please, no more shows.
Events.
The reason why I did this is because I was so tired of having to search around looking for all these different paranormal events that are going on across the United States, because I either wanted to be at it or I wanted to talk about it on my show, and I'm like, this is scattered all over the place. So I decided to make a forum, and everybody started posting their events page. Everything is in there, and if I see it, I put it in there. So if you go to the paranormal events page forum on Facebook, you'll see everything from the East Coast to the West Coast.
See, and I think that's great. I'm so excited that
It
you
is.
guys
It's
did
awesome.
that, because I jumped on board when I had posted something, because Andrew Lake's going to be coming to, I have an office in Pembroke, Mass, and he's going to be coming to my office Friday, September 28th.
We love Andrew.
So,
Andrew's
awesome.
the best.
and you had taken it from
Nice
my
guy.
page and you posted it, and I was like, oh, that's great, and so that's why I started to hop on, and then I'm like, should I post some? Should I post an
Yeah,
event? Or should
go
I
for it.
And I wasn't sure,
Knock
and then I'm
yourself
like,
out of it.
Yeah,
is
that's what it's
that-
there for.
So.
Yeah. Anybody could post any event except for, your radio show.
Well, paranormal events.
Yeah.
Well, there's a ton. There's a
So-
ton of radio shows out there. There's a ton of. It's like someone posting, "Don't forget to watch Ghost Hunters" or "Don't forget to
Yeah,
watch
that's-
Ghost Adventures."
you
You know
get
what I mean?
inundated.
Like, it's going to be. We know. We know when.
We know.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
Ghost
Because my
Hunters is
show on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be in competition now with the new season of Ghost Adventures that's starting September 14th. So I'm going to be having to pull in a crowd out. What's that look for? I know that look. So I have to pull in like a good crowd, you know what I mean? Because if not, I'm going
Right.
to lose everybody. So.
But I mean, it's just like shows. When I started Spirit Connections, I started it at my old. Well, I call it 807 Studios, which is my old apartment. But.
No. Very cool.
And I started it at 9 o'clock, and the first show was an hour long, and it was just me talking to the camera. I was
Wow.
very entertaining. So, and then I decided, okay, well, maybe I can have guests, and that was my kind of my new adventure. Like, okay, we'll do this, and then I would have all these people, and then I thought, wow, all these people know where I live now. Like, even people
That's
that
great.
people that I would
I'm
know.
moving.
There were some friends that I knew, but then there was
Yeah.
some where someone would say, oh, you should really try to get so and so on your show. And I mean, everybody that I have met has been like, I haven't found them peeking through my windows at night.
You haven't found it.
haven't
Not that they haven't done it.
But they haven't been there yet.
So it was like it was at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, because I'm like, oh, nobody does anything on a Tuesday, And then last October when I came here, now I live about an hour away from here. So we decided, okay, why don't we move the show back to 8? And it'll be a little bit easier, maybe, because of course everyone is going to say something, no matter what time, no matter what you do, everybody's going to have their opinion, and they're going to let you know what their opinion is. So I was like, well, 8 o'clock isn't that late, blah, blah, blah. So then now this is the third time we're changing it, but we're changing it to 7, because I'm thinking, all right, it's right before prime time, it's nice and early, and,
That's why I decided
matter
I wanted
what.
Club Para at
Works.
8 o'clock because it's a 2-hour show and I didn't want it to affect any of my personal time with the family.
right.
The good thing about doing shows like this is that people can go back into the archives and watch it and listen to it as many times as they want to. So that's the aces about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
You get a lot of
true.
listeners that go back and listen to some of the really cool shows with interesting guests that have been on.
Well, especially like, say for instance, someone like Antonia, who is 2 hours behind us, I think.
Yeah. 2 or 3. I'm not,
Yeah.
something like
So, I mean, so the people that might listen to the show just to hear her,
Yeah.
might have to catch it on an archive because they're not home from work. I get that a lot. A lot of people email me and say, I watch the show if I can get it on, because you know how it is. You have to download and upload
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So they like to watch it in the morning with their coffee because they don't like to do it at night. So I'm like, hey, as long as you're watching, I don't care
That's
when
right,
you watch
doesn't
it.
matter.
You know.
I get the phone call from the boss as I'm having my cup of coffee. They listened to your show last night. I'm
Yeah.
like bracing myself because I'm like, well, what did I say wrong? You know,
He
like,
listens the day after.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, okay, tell me, you know, like how bad was it? And he's like, no, it was great. First show I ever did, I was learning the switchboard. I didn't know how to work it at all. And he calls me up 15 minutes before a big show that he was putting on himself on his channel. That he goes, let's go right now. I'm like, what? Wait,
You're going to
huh?
run the switchboard.
I'm
That's
running
what he
the
said.
switchboard.
Who was it? Was it Nick
It was
Groff?
Nick Groff from Ghost Adventures. And I'm like, crap!
So she gets all nervous, of course, you know.
Crap! And then I'm afraid I'm going to hang up on him, and I got all these screaming teenagers blowing up the phones, wanting to talk to him, and then I got all the gay guys blowing up the phone, wanting to talk to him. I'm like, okay, I have to.
I love it.
Kind of like at our house.
So I have to pre-screen these questions before I let them loose on the air, and after I pre-screen them, I think they're going to ask the same question live,
Right.
but they don't.
No, it's
they,
something-
they screw me in the long run, and I let them on. They're like, ah! You know, so it's like mute. Yeah, it's like okay, next, get off.
And for you guys that are just tuning in, I do have Ryleigh and Stephen Black from Black Cross Paranormal, other known as Club Para Lounge, and they're on talking about all their new endeavors, and that's what I love. Like that's
Yeah.
why I love having you guys on. You guys are awesome guests because
We have so much
you guys,
energy.
We're
but
out
you
there.
guys are very real, and it's nice being around real people because
Yes.
usually, like I like to be in my sweatpants and like nice and cozy when I do
Relaxed.
shows, and yeah.
Like
Well, that's
I
how I am at the house. I'm in my footy PJs with my flapper on my back, so I don't have to take it all off to go to the bathroom. And,
She's lying. She's lying.
my hair's in curlers.
She's in
and-
these boots right here.
always.
Body paint and boots.
Body
Yeah.
paint
And
Yeah.
Steph,
body
if we have any
shots
questions, just
and
feel
boots.
free to
Yeah.
jump in.
Yeah. So, what's been going on here in the house of Tiff?
In the house, well, it keeps on expanding, which is great, you know.
I
Like
noticed.
said, I
The place
love
still
it.
looks
I
a lot
love
bigger
it,
than
you know.
last time we were here.
I think
But,
Tim Weisberg was here last time we were here, and he got lost.
He did. He
Yeah.
did.
He couldn't find the door.
That's one of the things about Spirit Connections is you know, you guys had mentioned that you have guests that you have demonologists. And,
Yeah.
And
No, we haven't had any demonologists.
and
I'm just
paranormal. I know.
kidding.
And
have
people that are in
demonologists.
paranormal. I
Carl
mean,
Johnson comes and says hi everyone's fine.
I do a lot of the stuff that I do here on Spirit Connections is the love and light. You know, even when I talk about paranormal, I'm aware that there's outside sources other than those that operate in like a higher energy field.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. So I do bring guests on to talk about that. But I also have other spirit mediums that come on. I have people that do angel readings and people that actually do like vegan style cupcakes.
I've never had a vegan style cupcake.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. Well,
Are they healthy?
yes. Well,
Don't
and
even
then
touch-
She's shaking her head no.
I like real
no,
sugar.
she likes the real sugar. But
Yeah.
one of
I
my
like
good
real
friends,
stuff.
Girl's got to have her chocolate. Don't be denying
Yeah.
me.
she was actually on The Next Great Baker. She came in third, and she's out of Kingston, Mass. Sugar Plum Bakery. But yeah, she does the gluten free and the vegan, and so I like
so
to
that's
kind
not
of
bad.
do like the exactly.
the
I do the
gluten-free.
mind, body, soul type of thing here on Spirit Connection. So it's not just on one particular topic because.
Yeah.
I think it gives everybody, you can actually see people and it gives people a forum to speak and get out there.
Well,
And
it's good
We do
because
the
You know.
gluten free. We do because it's easier to digest.
well, there's a lot. Back to the show. The good thing is that you're showing that there's a much larger realm out there than just. A lot of paranormal investigators, they do see a lot of negative spirits, or
Right.
you catch a lot of negative EVPs and these, just people swearing and things like that. And there are some good things out there too.
Right.
And when we throw Ryan into the mix at some of the investigations, it actually adds a whole new dynamic. And the child spirits seem to be more drawn to him in that dynamic, and you catch all new EVPs and you didn't get anything negative, and it's like you start to get positive things, or people, I don't want people out there getting the wrong impression, thinking that it's only, demonic or benevolent
And that's
spirits.
how I feel too.
Because it's not. There's just this huge realm out there that's unknown.
And I think I'm going to just take a big generalized statement here, but I think a lot of people that I've witnessed that have not been on the show, but maybe I've seen out in certain places and platforms, they are like, you have just like Steph said earlier, you have a K2 meter, you have a t-shirt, let's go in and let's pretend we're Zach Baggins on Ghost Adventures,
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't have, like, nothing against Zach at all, but I'm just but I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying though, like, you have these people that, because of the overexposure, that want to be on TV, that think, oh, this is how it's done, and this is...
It is not how,
and
what you see on TV is not how it's done. It takes 2 weeks to film one episode of Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters. There's a lot of editing that takes place, and a lot of the stuff that does go on doesn't make it onto the floor to actually be put on TV. So it's
A friend of
hard.
ours was talking about this on Facebook, Gary Price. He mentioned, he's seeing a lot of these TV shows that are just filled with horror, and, it's like you go somewhere and people are like, scared out of their wits, and, it's really not like that when you're going on these investigations, I mean,
Right.
half the time, you're sitting there, you're running the recorder, and you might see a little fluctuation on your meter, or there might be some little bit of activity, but most of the time it's nothing. And then you listen back through hours and hours of recordings, and you might catch a really good EVP, you might not.
Right.
And it's like, okay, TV shows have the right to do, for entertainment purposes, they're after ratings. You got to remember, these shows are after ratings. That's why they're there. They reenact things, they overact with things, and they're going to play the best things that they've caught
Right.
over a long period of time. Maybe not just one night. Maybe this is from somewhere else, but they don't tell you. They're
Right.
like, oh, and we caught this on the recorder, and they play it back. And sometimes what you hear on that recorder isn't, I'm hearing something completely different than
Right.
what they're saying it
Oh,
says.
we fight about that. We
So
do.
we go back and forth over the EVPs, and she wants to say, oh,
Throw it out.
this is what I hear, and I'm like, no, I don't hear it. That's not what I hear.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? Are
Throw
you
it out.
How can you not hear this?
Get rid of it. It's no good.
It's hard. Some EVPs are very difficult to actually get that clarity on what exactly they are saying.
Right.
And if we want to hear, if we put that intention in our minds, like, I want them to say, come play with me, instead of get out, like, you will matrix in your mind to have someone say, come play with me, no matter what, even if you're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm feeling it says get out. And so I think that's one of the problems, unless it's, and I hate using the term Class A, but Class A being very like a non-gritty, very clear type of EVP.
Yeah.
Again, hate using that term, but just for a lack of better term, that's what I'll use. But that's the type of EVP where you can hear it and say,
Yeah, that's
anyone can
exactly-
say without
Right.
any
And those are
doubt,
so few
this
and
is
far
what the person
between.
said.
Some people actually claim that there's everything from Class A to Class D, and if it gets anything lower than that, throw it out, because it's garbled. And for a while, when we first started doing this back in 2008, we're like, okay, Class B, no, Class C, no, screw it. I just, who cares?
Throw it
really?
out.
when in
That's
doubt,
what I
throw it
always
out.
say. I have to
I
throw it
always
out.
went
Get
with
rid
the
of it.
when in doubt, throw it out method.
Yeah.
I'm like, either you hear it my way or tough. But
Yeah, she gets mad.
I do.
Don't let her fool you.
I do. I get heated because it's like, I know I heard that. You're telling me my hearing is shot? No, I'm telling you didn't hear what you thought you heard. It's something else.
Right.
So then we have a third party come in who's a specialist, Mike Markowitz,
Markowitz, yeah.
And if he doesn't hear it, if he totally doesn't hear it, and he's a specialist doing EVPs, then I got to go with the specialist.
The best part is he'll hear something completely different than either one of us heard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, now who's right?
Right.
But it's like he'll call me up. Ryleigh, what are you doing? What is this? What is it you sending me? So we have our fun.
We have to have them over, by the way. We haven't seen them in months.
And forever.
Yeah. So.
And it's been a while since we've seen.
Yeah, they're
seen
such
like-
good people.
Yeah.
I know.
I love
And that's
them.
the thing. It's like out of the whole garden of paranormal and I don't even want to talk about unity either.
Oh crap! Please.
I don't want to talk about that. But
I have seen so much backstabbing in the paranormal
Oh,
community.
it's
This
terrible.
paranormal unity stuff is no.
I
It,
know.
it
never
doesn't
gonna
happen.
happen.
It's
I mean,
people.
you'd like to think it would.
It's people, and you got to remember
It's
that.
ego.
Yeah, it is.
There's good and bad.
Ego, fame, and fortune
Yeah.
at stake.
and I
That's the issue.
actually called it what it was. You know, it's nice to think that there is paranormal unity in the paranormal field, but there's not. There isn't. So I mean, and yes, we're doing a para-unity event, but you know, a lot of people that are going to be there, we get along with. We would help out in a heartbeat
Right.
if they needed it.
And that's
so.
the thing. It's people.
Right.
It's not the community. It's people.
It's a certain
because
people.
there's both types of people. Well, there's many types of people in the community, but the ones we're going to be doing this event with, yeah, these are good people. They're people we've met before, and if not, we've talked to them online. We're looking forward to meeting with them. We think alike. You know what I mean?
That's one of the reasons why
Right,
we're
right.
doing this. You know,
That's the
because-
unity.
Right.
That's
and
we're
that's
there
the thing.
for a
It's like
purpose.
you learn with the experience when you go out and you meet all these people at these conventions and what have you. You do just like whether you're at your regular job during the day or at night. You know, like you're gonna weed out people that you're gonna just be more attracted to, not on a physical sense, but I'm just saying. You know, you just click with certain people.
Body paint.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna be.
Jello, wrestling.
I mean, we've all been at those events where we're sitting next to each other, and it's funny because all the people that do get along and do kind of work together usually sit together.
Yeah,
I don't know how
right.
it works, but then you have like the outskirts around you, and you're looking at these people like, A, where did you come from?
Yeah.
B, you put puff paint on your shirts to make them.
I know.
And oh my God, you're from another planet.
I mean, and they could be saying that about us right now. Like,
Right.
They could be watching, being like, me, 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 me. But at the
I
same
know,
time,
but I'm
it's
going to catch
just
so much crap for saying that, you know, I don't believe in the para-unity thing, and I really don't. I mean, I've been in enough in this field to see that there are people out there who will stab you in the back
Yeah,
or
I don't
walk
get
over
it.
you to get up higher on the ladder of the entertainment field so they can
Yep.
be the first ones out there with a book that's bullshit or a TV show that's
Bleep.
nothing. Or,
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah,
hey, I've been doing really, really good trying not to swear.
she's done very well up to this point.
I do it
have
every
to
week,
say.
and I'm not sure how, but I
no.
do.
But that's the thing though, because you get. Oh my gosh, I just had this immense craving for chocolate cake. I don't know where it came from. All of a sudden, it just came in through.
Chocolate.
I bring that out in you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Along with the body paint. So
It's the chocolate.
Chocolate body paint.
Sorry, I had to say that, but I was talking all of a sudden like Duncan Hines was like, But anyways, I lost my
What
train.
were we talking about?
Sometimes I get
Para-unity.
I get all fired up with certain things too, and then I catch myself and I'm like, all right, come and Steph's like, you gotta come down. I'm like, all right, I'm sweating. I'm like, but it's true because it gets to you because you make an honest living. I mean, we don't take in money. I don't know about you guys, but
We're not
like I
profit.
don't.
No, we don't.
Okay, I don't take
Non-profit.
money doing this show or anything.
Right.
You know. So we do it because this is our passion. This is what we want. We're not looking for the fame or the fortune. It's just this show, because like I said, it's not the fame and fortune, but yes, I have a show. But again, I'm not getting paid for it, but it's a forum. Your show is a forum
Yeah.
to expose and get people involved. And you know, and then you have these people that are just so fixated and idolized on, you know, now you have my ghost story out. And everybody and their mother is on
Has
that.
been on it, yeah.
My
I was
orb
just
story.
I was just saying that it's like you
It's
know
all
it was nice when it
everywhere.
first came out, but then I think we counted like 20 paranormal teams that we know that have been on My Ghost
Yeah.
Story.
They're all
That's
friends of
like-
ours, and they're all on there. It's
Oh,
like,
I see
wait
it
a
on
minute, what
Facebook.
happened?
Right.
I actually
Yeah,
got
it's
2
funny.
offers, and I was just like, I turned them both down. I'm like,
Yeah, we
I'm
did
not
too.
associating myself with that. I am so sorry. Like, it's not who I am, and like especially us as mediums,
Well,
like
it's
where we
over-
have so
some
much
of it's
at stake.
over-dramatized.
Right.
Oh,
That's the
absolutely. And like we have our reputations out there. Like this is how we make our living with like readings and different things like that. And we don't want to be discredited either or just made like for Hollywood to believe that, oh yeah, they're just crazy loons that talk to dead people or think that they do, and you have to be really careful, especially like you guys, where you take everything 100% seriously. Like, this isn't a joke to you. This isn't just your hobby. Like, this is part of your life.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And it's a serious part
It's
of
like
your
every
life.
day.
It's taken up at
Hardly everyday
least
life.
75 to 80% of our regular lives.
It's a
And
passion.
we have very
I-
little personal family time.
I agree with you
private life.
100%.
And there is going to come a time where I'm going to just shut down everything and walk away from
Take
it
a
all.
vacation.
Just for the time being, only because, you know, it's very, it consumes you a lot. It really does.
I want to get back to the power unity thing, though.
You're going to get her
Second
fired
part.
up.
No, because here's the thing. You know, we try to be drama-free. You know, we don't like that crap. We create different forums on Facebook for people to post and share and ask questions and things like that. And it's like people try to find the negative in it.
Yes.
You know, you get people on there saying, well, I thought this was about this, and why is it? Why am I seeing, you know, this radio show posted?
Well, because it's my forum, and I'm the administrator,
say so.
and this is
it
my
is a
say-so.
forum that was created, you know, in line with the radio show, and it's on the Dead Air family, so you're going to see that stuff posted in there. But instead of, you know, posting a question or talking about paranormal, let's throw a negative comment in there and see why you're
Right.
doing this, you know. And then there were other things that happened in there where, you know, somebody had posted something, and next thing you know, they were attacking people, saying, well, I'm going to report you
And we need to
to
lawyer
authorities, and you better lawyer up. And it wasn't about us.
Yeah.
But I was playing devil's advocate in the
Was
conversation.
it about like something paranormal, like
Someone had
evidence or something?
a
like
call
that?
a call was made to a team, I think it was in Texas, and it was posted on YouTube saying, you know, here's a call that we had gotten, let me know what you think. And that's all that was said. And it was, the woman was, it sounded like she was on drugs or off her rocker or whatever. But instead of saying, you know, well, you know, these are the types of calls that people get sometimes, you know, you got to look out for these people and just not go investigate or stay away from them. Or instead of saying something like that, you get people jumping in saying, well, this person should have been reported to, you know, a mental health facility, and why didn't you do this? And I'm going to report you for not, you know, for posting this, and you better get a lawyer.
He gets all fired up with this
It's all
thing. He does.
opinions.
And
that's the problem.
and that's
we have
why
that
I
many
feel terrible about, you know, about the breakdown in the power unity, because it's not about the paranormal, it's about people. And the problem is you have these people that attack in the community
Right.
and push the negative or
usually for
find
no
negative
reason.
when there isn't any.
Right.
Yeah.
And
See, the whole thing is like when, as investigators, you go out into residential, you have to be very careful and do a screening process with these people, because you never know. You go in, they close the door, you're in a cellar with Silence of the Lambs. So you never know.
John
what,
Wayne Gacy.
Yeah,
Here's
John
my
Wayne
basement.
Gacy.
Here's
But
my
you-
basement.
But you never know who you're getting yourselves into. So the call, there was no names mentioned, and the call was brought on Facebook, just the audio, saying, well, there's these ghosts that are having babies on the floor, and I'm running around with ghost babies, and I'm taking this butcher knife, you see, and I'm stabbing the walls with it, you see, and I need you to come in here and get rid of all this stuff. Nobody in their right mind is going to go into your house, lady. I'm sorry.
You're
You know?
stabbing the walls, you know, forget it. I'm not
sorry.
coming near your house.
So a whole big topic of conversation was, you know, if you can consider yourselves paranormal investigators without having some sort of degree in the field, how can you have a degree in the field of saying this woman is psychotic or this woman is crazy, and why didn't you report her for being crazy? Because that's not my job. My job
Right.
is to come into your house, if you allow it, and to do an investigation. That is my job. To pronounce a person crazy, I'm not qualified to do that. But if you're going to tell me you're stabbing the walls with a butcher knife because ghosts are having babies on your floor, kind of puts a thought there.
Well,
Yeah.
then I'm just not going to come to your house, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to get involved in, you know, chasing some legal thing.
That's
you
right,
know?
that's right.
That's
So
not
You
where I'm
have
going
to
to
know
put
your
my
boundaries.
energy.
I always say that. You have to know what your boundaries
so
are.
the thing was, is it escalated into this big argument, and I just kept trying to play devil's advocate and say, well, did you ever think maybe this person was playing a joke on the investigator? And did you ever think this? Like, who's to say?
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows. So why are you attacking this person that posted this? And finally, I deleted it and I banned people from the forum because they
was
were
a
out of
mess.
control.
It was
And
a
I'm just like, you
free-for-all.
know
It
what?
was like-
I throw my hands up because I'm not going to have people attacking people
Yeah.
in the forum.
Right,
But
because
that's
you
what
want people
happens.
to be able to
Communicate
Feel
and
comfortable.
talk. Conversate,
Yeah,
not
so-
attack each other. So, and that was the thing. Yeah, people have
We
different
have-
opinions
we have
about
like
things.
6 or 7
Share
forums
away.
that we have going on, and a lot of the time we cannot monitor every forum that we have available. So we appoint people, admins, like Ken DeCosta is an admin on 1 or 2 of them. Mikhail Rivers, the author, renowned author, he's a admin on one of them. So
Yeah, we have all these
different
different people
Chris
that we
Carr
appoint.
from the EVPs, yeah, he's the admin. It's just so they can keep track of what's being said and who can come in and who can go out, you know, and excuse me, if you're gonna act like an idiot, expect to be tossed like one. Do you know what I mean? It's like right out the door, slide right.
So there's
That's
unity in a nutshell.
and its finest. That's the whole thing that we went off on.
It should be people unity, not para unity.
right, and you will like
It
just
can't be community based. It's got to be people.
That's the thing, and people will weed themselves out, just like in your regular everyday
true.
life. You know, people will weed themselves out, and you know, I've learned the hard way. Steph's learned the hard way with certain
Absolutely.
people, and
I
I
mean-
mean, and we've all been there.
Yeah, you try.
We don't bother anybody. We're so happy-go-lucky. You give us Swedish fish and we're happy.
Yeah, feed us.
Oh,
Baby
had I known, we would have
chocolate.
brought
Yep.
some.
Yeah.
But we have people, I mean,
Swedish fish.
we laugh about it. People I've never met before turn their nose up at me because of what I do. I'm a medium. Well, so what? Like, or it's another medium that's,
They just
that's
don't
doing it to me.
understand it, that's all.
They think it's a competition, or people that are jealous of things that we do, and it's not about that. We're doing it because we love it. We're not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
We're out there just
Yeah.
enjoying ourselves, and that part I just think is so silly. Like, I don't have time for that. I might be like 20 years younger than half these people, but I get it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm in it for what I love
Well,
to
you're
do.
a smart cookie. I mean, it doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
cookie. You
Cookies.
could definitely tell my
Cookies,
age.
chocolate.
Cookies, chocolate cake, Swedish
I know.
fish.
It's like chicken.
Oh, you guys are killing me. You
Yeah.
know what I bought?
No.
Yeah, I bought 100-calorie Klondike bars.
Really?
They're
Are they
brand
good?
new.
So
Go
good.
get them.
That sounds so
We
good.
don't
tell
eat
me
that
that.
stuff. We're always in the gym. We're always working out. You know, he has me like just literally crawling on the floor because I'm hurting from working out.
Actually, I think the first time you had posted something like, "Oh, the hubby has me doing," it was something new. I was literally like eating, going over the Facebook, and I was like,
Oh.
"Oh," and I like put the chips away or something.
Look at the. I posted photos of
Of the gym,
the training
yeah. I
facility.
saw
Oh,
that.
so yeah, I saw part of them too.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
where I
almost matches up
cracked the
to
whip.
That's the man cave.
what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's Stephen's man cave, and
That's where
yeah.
I cracked the whip.
Yeah.
Well, I want
Like
to
that guy
thank
in
you guys.
Spartacus.
I want to thank you guys for coming on.
We love being here in your
And we
house.
love
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank
I mean, the
Thank
smell of
you.
potpourri and the paranormal talk, and it's just.
Hot tub and
Hot
bath.
tub after.
I am
That's right, we're
stripping
going.
down
Yeah.
right after this, and you cannot watch. And we are going to the hot tub, man. We are going to have some.
So now, just really quick, how can people find you?
You go to www.blackcrossparanormal.com. Check us out there. Also, you can find us on
Facebook.
Twitter. Just look under Ryleigh and Stephen Black. You can go under Club Para, the Para Lounge, on Dead Air Blog Talk Radio.
You'll find us
You'll
there.
find us there.
What
It's
time
at
of the
8
Friday?
p.m. Fridays, Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. We got some really big names coming up. We got Ben Hansen. We got Nick Groff is coming on, and really soon. We've got this Friday. It's going to be Jeff Mudgett is coming on. We're going to talk about Jack the Ripper and how he is related to the man. And for those of you who don't know, you need to tune in and listen to this story because this really
Very interesting piece
yeah,
of
and his book
information.
Bloodstains. I've actually read the book during the day and it scared me. And I don't like getting it's a great book if you like that kind of horror slasher stuff. Get it, and it's all based on a true story. It's everything in that book is 100% true. So you gotta check it out. Jeff Michaels also.
And if you guys want to meet the Blacks, you can meet
Yeah.
them September 15th at the Radisson at
Yeah.
Nashua, New Hampshire,
Nashua, New Hampshire.
at the Para-Unity Convention.
I'll be
That's
swinging
right.
from the chandeliers, passing out cooking energy drinks.
Power
if you guys
unity. I mean, people
Yeah,
unity.
People unity.
If you guys
We're
have
gonna
any
hear this
questions
later.
on how to get in touch with them, you can go to my Facebook page, which is Spirit Medium Tiffany, or you can go to my website, which is tiffanyrice.com. And just to let you guys know, we are skipping a week next week. We're going to be back on the 18th with Mr. John Brightman. He's from Ideal.
Oh,
Yay!
Ideal Management.
Actually, I
if
want to
said
see
that
John.
right.
Yeah.
Good.
I
So
wanna see
tune
him
in,
soon.
7 p.m.
No, I want to see him in person.
Oh,
We,
okay.
we
Well, still tune
actually,
in.
John is gonna be at the New England up there in Nashua, New Hampshire.
Oh, good.
So my first trip to New Hampshire, I
Very
can't
cool.
wait.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, and we're off the air.